Hi guys, Freddy here. Welcome back to a modern RPG. You see, this story starts with an email. About a month and a half ago, I received an email from Krzysztof Wolicki, and I apologise for the pronunciation there, because he is Polish, and I am terrible at pronouncing Polish names. But he got in contact with me. He sent me an email introducing me to this game, SibirPunk. See, him and Red Square Games have produced this in Polish language and are now translating it to English. And they contacted me asking me for help. They were looking for media partners for promotion, doing RPG sessions or promotional videos for the product. And I got back in touch with him and I said, you will no doubt be contacted by people way more skilled than me in doing that. But I would like to help out. I'd love to help promote the product. I would like to do videos. And he never got back in touch. So I've been sat on this for a month or so because he sent through the attached file. So I'd had a look through it, but didn't feel right about speaking about it because it had been shared with me possibly in confidence. But I was on DriveThruRPG the other day, and this is available as a free download. So cat's out of the bag, I can talk about it. Now, this is a role-playing game, a cyberpunk role-playing game, set in Russia. As they say, a Slav squat dystopian future. Now, I'm not sure of the tone of it from this. There may be translation things going on here, but this feels very tongue-in-cheek. Throughout it mentions, the Slav style of wearing tracksuits and all that. So I think this may be very heavily tongue-in-cheek at Russia's sake. And the fact that it's set in the Federussia state, where Russia has been kind of cut off from the rest of the world, the internet's separate and all that as well, feels very, very up to date with all the sanctions, obviously, which are going on Russia. But I get a feeling if this was written in Polish and is now only being translated now, that this has been around for a while. So I'm not really sure how much of a joke it is, how serious they're being. You could definitely run this as a serious game, though. This demo file they've sent through and that you can get from DriveThruRPG doesn't have a lot of rules in it. There's only a hint at what goes on. But let's have a look through. The artwork, I have to say, is very nice. It does look the thing. Lots of nice artwork. Bit difficult seeing some of it through the demo watermarks on it, but very, very nice indeed. We're straight into page 2. And we've got the typical Slavic squat with a cigarette in hand. But it's cyberpunk. He's got implants. He's got augmented eyes. So, is this just playing into Russia's image? Because I think we've all seen that Slavic style. Is it doing it for comedy, or is it just doing it to create a world? We've got an introduction page. NEOSIBIRSK, nowhere farther to get exiled to. So the main setting of it, like Night City and Cyberpunk, is one large city. 7 million people crammed in on a mere 1,000 square kilometers. Houses with numbers of stories counted in dozens, built so tight together that an unlucky wannabe suicide jumper often lands on a balcony opposite. Factories, industrial plants gripping the suburbs in a circle, choking the life out of the city with fumes obscuring the sun regardless of the direction the wind blows from. And it's that kind of high-tech city. Factories churning out pollution around it, people crammed together in the middle. But it's a very high-tech city. It's been a major scientific centre, mathematics, engineering, IT technologies, chemistry, 32 universities, countless faculties and departments, the booming campus town, and a handful of special economic zones for the ever-emerging startups. So I wonder if that's going to be the tone of it, where your people, like the edge runners of Cyberpunk or Shadowrunners in Shadowrun, are going to be hired to steal cutting edge technology because there is this university district churning out the latest cutting edge stuff for around the world. It's talking about how there's androids and robots taking over from ordinary working people. So lots of people are unemployed and have lots of time on their hands. Now let's carry on through it. Again, keeping with the sort of Slavic style. Now we've got it describing how the rulebook's set out. Again, lots of lovely artwork. General description of an RPG. There's some humour thrown in here, so it is keeping it kind of light. Who we play with, game prerequisites, just going through sample stuff and introducing you to the tone of it. It suggests music to be played. Find good music to fit the mood. Some juicy Slavic beats, dark melodic rap, or some cheesy cornball Russian language chanson. And it explains the latter is not to be confused with French language chanson. Rusky chanson is the kind of music that taxi drivers and long-haul truckers usually listen to. It's probably the opposite number of US country music. That's it, like Russian backwater country. You have been warned. So, again, I'm not getting the tone because it's kind of brief, but it does seem like it's got its tongue firmly wedged in its cheek. We've got an example of play here, going through the interactions between the game master and some players. Then we're going on to game terms, explaining simple role-playing terms, dice pools, six-sided dice, rule of six, etc. Now that looks like a very clear image of Vladimir Putin in the middle. So, not quite sure what's going on there. Introduces the Federation. We, the multi-ethnic nation, the opening words of the preamble to the Federation Constitution. And it talks about it, how it's a democratic state, although its model could be described, as the president himself was kind enough to aptly put it, as peculiar democracy. Describes that there's three major cities. There's Moscow City, St. Petersburg, and NEOSIBIRSK. Talks about money being available. You know, it's common, but it's dangerous. It's like money sitting in the middle of the road. You can go and grab it, but you might get hit by a car. Talks about implants and the stream. The internet is being cut off. I believe it describes it. In the beginning, the stream network was a quick yank and tuck, makeshift response to the sanction imposed by the West after the Second Crimean War, and the Federation being all but cut off the internet. So, how recent was this written? Because that sounds fairly up to date to me. Again, lovely artwork. We talk through the status of the stream, different neighborhoods, gangs, Brigada, synth adrenaline, which is the major drug, which can... the liquid you use if you want your cybernetic implant to grow right into your body, literally molding itself into one with the flesh over the course of mere hours and days instead of painful weeks. She looks happy about it. We've got some sample characters here, very Slavic types. We've got Sasha, Grey, and then Vitya and Nikolaya. A sample character sheet. The rules do not explain, so there's boxes to be marked here with +5 or 5+, 4+, 3+, and trim. However that works, we've got various skills, your health, your attributes, which appear to be fit, aim, ego, brains, flex, and strength. Your equipment, the cyberware on the back, what to do with the numbers. It explains the attributes and traits. Then goes through the skills, very sort of standard ones. Your concept for your characters and evolution of it. Gathering a brigada, so that's going to be your gang. And again, we're very briefly going over the role of the Game Master, weaving an adventure. Brigada is born. Character creation, which just gives them some very few hints, because we are basically on the second last page here, which will show how the book will be fleshed out in the future. Now, it's very nice stuff. It seems like an interesting idea. I'm just not sure I'm in on the joke at this point. But I kind of like it. I want to see more of this, definitely. So I thought I would talk about it now that the cat's out of the bag and you can download this file and have a look through for yourself. I'll put the link in the description down below so you can have a look and let me know in the comments what you think of it. I think this could be a very interesting game. I've never really played many Polish role-playing games. I played a couple of European ones, but in fact I don't think I've played anything Polish in the past. So I'd definitely like another look. Anyway, I think I've whittled on for quite long enough, so thank you very, very much for watching. But as always, most of all, you look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.